one of the most powerful tools you can own as a human is when you go into a room, when you walk into a room, is reading every single person without them having to say a word to you or you having to say a word to them or asking them a question. Before all of that, you knowing what everyone is about, what's their business, and everything else about them without them having to tell you anything, act in a certain way, you can just do understand them. And it's the power of observing people. When you observe people, you're gonna get a skill set that not everybody can do that. And this is not because you are judging them, this is because you want to get to know them and understand the real them. When you're just silently looking at someone and observing how they eat, how they talk, what they're about, like how they are in between of the silences, how are they reacting? That's very good to know someone. And sometimes I'm wondering, do I even know myself? Have I observed myself enough? Have I been in enough problem and enough situations, enough relationships, enough stuff in life so I know myself? Let me tell you this one thing. You will learn about everyone else and also yourself. You are learning every single day, every single problem, every single thing that is new. One person comes in that's completely different to you, you react in a different way, and that person also is new for you. So everything and every day is literally a new thing to learn, and especially for someone who is observing people and wants to get to know people in a way of observing and not asking questions. So when you walk into that room, you can be the most powerful person there because you got the tool of observing people. And I have learned this as a psychiatric nurse. So hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and my name is Sam. I just found a very interesting topic that I want to talk about, and I was kind of thinking of it. And my mind is the loudest thing I own. Like, it's so loud, sometimes I don't even have to listen to music because it's so loud, it's always talking. And I kind of come up with observing. How do we observe people and why do we do it? It's just simply to get to know them more outside of how they are putting this mask on or this face on, this personality on. And I'm not telling you this is fake, I'm not telling you they should not be doing that. This is how we humans work in society. Otherwise we cannot talk to each other if we do not change ourselves a little bit with every different person, every different job, and every different situation. If you're not doing it, adapting to the situation, we're gonna lose it. So I'm not saying this is wrong, but I'm saying if you want to really want to get to know someone, is observe them. And I said as a psychiatric nurse because I'm a nurse, a new one, and I'm working in psychiatry, and it's so hard to deal with borderline patients. This is the hardest thing like I face daily, and I have learned a tool I can use so I can take care of them, and it's by observing them. Just sit and observe. Like I can observe them for like months. It's not because they are there for a month, it's just because they are coming back in different situations, in different times, in this when different problems is happening in their life, they're gonna come back to the psychiatric emergency. And I am there, and I'm just like, this person, I just gotta observe because they're coming back quite often. I want to get to know them. I want to know who they are without me having to ask any questions. Like any questions, I do not ask any questions. I start with observing them, and it's usually like, yeah, let me see. You are calm now. I see who you talk to, who you want to be like, what your behaviors are, like going back and forth in front of me, going back and forth somewhere else, like locking yourself up in the room or locking yourself and not talking to anybody. You don't want to eat, like all of those things you're observing, so you can learn how to take care of them and how to ask the right questions later when the right time comes to get to know them. And I'm not saying that I'm ignoring them, I'm just saying like I have to get to know them. There's a lot of people which has better connections, they get to take care of it, but me, I also need to have that connection. But first of doing everything is observing, and it takes time to know if you have done the right thing or not the right thing. So for me, when I realized that observing stuff is so right, is because we had a patient, and that patient was like coming there a lot of time. This patient was there very often. So, and I wasn't one of those people who would be just like go and introduce myself and stuff. I will introduce myself, but I will not really start a conversation and stuff like that with like a deep conversation like others would do. I just observed the whole situation, and this person started slowly liking everyone else and not getting to know me, like getting up, yeah, my name and what I'm doing. This person got to know me, And I also started getting to know that person by observing, and then I went in it with a lot of questions, deep conversations, and in the end of the time, that person, I would say I was that person's favorite just because I observed. And when that person was asking me questions, I could say, you know, you did this in the beginning, you are doing this now. Because I could observe you, I can tell you that you are getting better. And that person was like literally tears brought to her eyes, and she was like, yeah, you see, I'm getting better. And that's all the power of observing. If you want people like to, you know how people feel loved when you get to know the real them, like just how when you can speak somebody's mother language, you can get to know them by heart. It's the same thing when you get to observe people and actually know the real them. And it's so important to observe people. But I have some points I want to talk about before going on. So number one is observation start with silence. You being silent. You do not have to get yourself in the conversation, deeper one, a lot of questions, just because it's your job or just because you are in a hurry and stuff like that. You do not have to do that. You just have to silently see who they are. Like who they are when you are not trying to impress them, and who they are when they are not trying to impress you and change their personality in front of you. And that's when you get the real one. When you got the real one, you can ask the right questions. And number two is notice how they speak. And speaking is not just about what we say, it's about how we say, the pace we say, the things we say, the words we use, our favorite conversation, our least favorite conversations. So just start and observe those kind of tools and the way they speak. And speaking is a lot of more than just like saying a lot of words. So just get to know when this person is angry, how they talk. When they're calm, how they talk. Or when I'm talking about this topic, yeah, they're natural just like everyone else. But when I talk about this topic, how their eyes light up, how their voice gets louder. All of those things show what the person is interested in, so you can ask the right questions. And what the person is not interested in, how was like they lose their focus and stuff, so you will not have to ask about those questions. If you want to get to know someone really, really, it's asking the right questions, which is gonna lead them to tell you more. So the people, if you ask the right, like there's something that says, if you make someone laugh before asking them a question, they will answer you honestly. So if you want to get to know someone, make them laugh, make them comfortable, so when you ask the right questions, they will answer you and give you the honest answers. And number three is watch how they treat an important people. And I'm not saying they will be treating this person badly, they will be so rude, how they are fake. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, like, we all are main characters in our lives. I am main character in my own life, and I have my own people which are important to me, and the other people who's not important to me, they're literally side characters, and I do not care about them, and I do not think they're important. But my people, I really care about them. So you, if you want to get to know me, you gotta observe me when I'm talking with my favorite people and with the people I don't really even know. Who are they? They're not even important in my life. Like we just say hi, or we don't even say that. We might like see each other outside, we would just be like, just smell at each other, we don't even care about each other. And watch those people, how they are reacting or acting with an important people, and you're gonna get to know them a little bit more. And number four is studying reactions, not what they say. Reaction. You know what's my favorite thing that Robert Greene say is, the first second you see someone. For example, if I'm just like walking in a room and the first second I see you, wow, you are here. Or I'm like, oh yeah, you are here. The first second they react, you're gonna know. You know, and I have observed myself when I meet people that I like, and wow, it's like, it really shows when the people I like, my face is happy, I'm like, wow, I'm lighting up, and I like saying a lot of words. Or if I do not like the people, I will just be like, oh hi. And it's not me being fake, it's just I do not want to be rude. I'm just like saying hi, I don't really care about you, or you have done something I do not care, or I just don't like you. And it's not being fake, it's just my face shows my feelings that I do not like this person, but I still have to be nice to them. Hi, good morning, something like that. And the first second, like the face experience, the first expression you're gonna get in the first second is super important. So see how people react. Number five is patterns. I have already made a whole YouTube video about people's patterns, because patterns is so important. If you want to really, really get to know someone, is the patterns. Like how they talk about the abusive partner. Somebody is like has an abusive partner, and that person like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and they do the same thing again. Or a cheating partner, like, I'm sorry, I will never do that again, and they do it again. That's the patterns. Patterns and actions speak much louder than words, and we have learned this through history. So do not repeat that. Do not let someone into your life when their patterns is clearly showing you the abusive and right for you, they're toxic, they're gaslighting you. Do not let them in, because you already know people's patterns never lie. That's why one of the most important tools if you want to observe someone is their patterns. Observe their patterns and learn about the patterns. What are the things they kind of do, they repeatedly do. For example, when I get angry, sometimes I shout, and that's my pattern. I do not like that about myself, but I have observed that about myself, and I'm like, yeah, there's one thing that I do, especially when I'm driving and I get mad, I shout. I do not like that. I want to get rid of it. I have done it. Like, I'm becoming much better. Like right now, like if I used to do it like all of the time before, and then it became like 3 times out of 10, and it became less, I wanted to even like be zero. I do not even want to do that. I want to be nice. I do not want to shout. But it's a reaction I get when I'm overwhelmed, when a lot of people is talking to me, especially when it's like crowded as fuck and everything is happening at the same time. I'm just like, I shout. And I do not like that about myself. See, I observed myself, I recognized my pattern, and I do not like this, that I'm gonna fix it. You can literally observe other people, you can observe yourself, and learn from their patterns, learn from your own patterns. Number 6 is look at the friend group. Have you ever heard when they say you are the average of your 5 friends? I'm sure everybody has heard that. So when you want to get to know someone, look at the friends, look at their circle, their relationships. You're gonna get it. Who are they? Why are they with those kind of people? What is happening? If you ignore that, you're gonna regret it. Number 7 is how they handle discomfort. Are they ignoring it? Are they going away with it? Are they not willing to talk about it? Are they talking about loudly? Are they getting mad? How are they in discomfort? Because we human can lose that mask sometimes when you are angry or we are in discomfort. So it's also a nice way to observe people is looking at them when they're not comfortable. And that's the power of silence. Like I said in the first point, silence. Silently observe them and see how they're reacting when they are not comfortable. And number 8 is do not look for perfection. Do not build a picture in your mind and trying to make them fit in that picture, because people are not the picture in your mind. People are the people, and you gotta make a picture of that person in your mind through observing them. And that's why I'm telling you to observe people before you put a picture in your mind. And number 9 is do not observe to judge, observe to get to know them for real. Even if it's someone you do not like, if you observe them enough, you're gonna get to know them a little bit more. You know, I used to have someone that I did not like at all. That person was super annoying, like super annoying. I literally was getting tired, and I had to be in a situation with that person all the time, like literally every single day, and I was getting tired of that, until I started asking questions, observing them like silently, and all of the things that I just mentioned. I did all of it, their patterns, their past, like their face, and when they're with important people, how they're when they're sad, when they're happy, when they're talking, like the way they speak. I observed everything, like literally all of the things that I just mentioned. I did all of it with that person, and I started to actually like that person, and that person actually liked me a lot. All of this because I observed the person and I gave them a beautiful chance to show, like, look, I am actually not a bad person. It's just my situation making me like that. And when I observed them enough, I realized that's actually true. And that person also deserves love, and I should not hate that person or dislike that person. So next time you meet someone, you do not rush anything. That's my favorite word to say. Do not rush things. Like, be in talking stage, be with a friend for a while, talk to them, go out with them, and observe them. Do not just ask questions, but observe them. Not when they are just with you, when they are with other people as well. So you will get to know them. The friends, look at the friends. Look at the patterns. Look at the future. Well, like, what's the plans? Look at the past. What have they done? Who are the people they were with? Why did they stop some certain friendship or relationship or family matter? What happened? ask questions, but also observe them a lot if you want to really get to know someone's real self. And this is the things I have used, and it has been 100% successful. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I really wanted to make this short, but I had a lot to say, and I really like the points that I have put together after being like able to observe a lot of patients at the same time and every single day. And I was like, I think this is something that's going to help people to be better and be on their self-love journey in a better way. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I post every single Friday. I have other platforms, please check it out in the caption. Thank you guys so much for being here, and see you next Friday with a new video. Bye bye.